on the floor going through their pregame paces. We invite you to stay tuned as we'll take a break, come back, and take a closer look at both Harrison County and Bourbon County. You're listening to the Cynthia and Hardy's pregame show on WCYN Sports.
Hinton Mills has been custom mixing.
Congratulations. You're officially an agent.
Sweet. I get one of those cool agent names, right? Like Viper or Shadow?
Well, Wayne, we're thinking you go by Wayne?
Oh, yeah. Wayne's fine, too.
With Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, there's an agent in every county who's involved in the community, which means you'll know your agent by name. In this case, Wayne.
I got it. What about 006?
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Lid lifter for both the Colonels and the Thoroughbreds. Well, Bourbon County, as we mentioned, finished 15-14 last year, losing to Montgomery County, the eventual regional champs and a team that got to the Final Four in Lexington. They lost in that game last year in the 40th District Tournament. Although graduating their leading scorer, Marquise Ferguson, who averaged a solid 19 points a game, the Colonels do return 3 players who averaged at least 8 points per game. Leading the way is senior Noah Earlywine, who averaged 13.5 points and 6 rebounds per game last year for his Colonels. Senior center Nash Wilson, that's 6'6" and strong. I mean, really strong inside. He may be the most problematic Colonel that the Harrison County defense will have to contend with because, quite frankly, we don't have a whole lot of size this year. So, basically, anytime we do play against a team that has a true post player, we're going to have to devise some way to keep that ball from getting to that player down low, beginning tonight with Nash Wilson. Junior Quentin Rice will help out this team as well. In fact, he transferred from Paris High School when his father became the head football coach at Bourbon County. Another transfer from Paris that will help the cause about mid-season when he's eligible to come in and start playing is, didn't write his name down, Andrew Miles Johnson. Andrew Miles Johnson will be playing for Paris once we hit the beginning of 2026. Meanwhile, a couple other football players will have a big part in this year's Bourbon County team. Starting off with senior Shane Bowling, who had 40 tackles last year for the Bourbon County Colonels, who ended up going 9-2, losing in the second round of the 3A playoffs to Russell County at Russell, 14-7. Another super player off of that football team, senior Bryson Carr, the team's leading running back, is also the number 2 wide receiver for this team as well, or was last fall. And he, much like Bowling, a good defensive player as well with 38 tackles. So plenty of athletic talent for Bourbon County coming into this ball game tonight. So the Breds are going to have to really mind their P's and Q's. But while we have this opportunity, let's send it back to the station to the pastor, Ted Beam from First Methodist Church with tonight's pregame prayer.
Let's pray, please. Our Father in heaven, we thank you for your incredible love and grace to us. We thank you for these teams that have gathered wanting to play and have fun in the great competition. So we're asking you to move in a wonderful way. You help each of the teams to do well, to do even better than they all hope for. We ask you to help them learn even better tonight about the sportsmanship, about fair play, about those lessons that they can take throughout their lives. We ask you to protect them all from any injuries. We ask you to be with the parents and the fans, that it will be a wonderful time tonight. Lift both schools to you, both teams, the coaches, the officials. Will you hold them all, please, in the palm of your hand? In Jesus' name, amen. I'm Ted Beam, pastor of First Methodist Church in Cynthiana at the corner of Pike Street and Church Street. And we hope you come worship with us this coming Sunday at 11 a.m.
All righty, back here in Hilltop. Everybody's getting excited about this game, which will begin in about 8 minutes or so. But we took a look at Bourbon County. Harrison County, meanwhile, unexpectedly, I think, to a lot of people, finished around 500 last year at 13-16 before losing to Montgomery County in the first round of the 10th region tournament. After losing their top 7 scorers from the year before, as I said, the Breds exceeded expectations last year. Several players returned this year from that same squad, leading to lots of experience, including 8 seniors on this squad. The odd thing about it is there's only 1 junior and 6 sophomores. So what happened to the junior class? They just went away somewhere. But we do have a very good team this year that will, I'm sure, continue to get better as the season goes along. Seniors Blake Green and Landon Kinney are the returning leading scorers from last year's team, both of them averaging about 7.5 points per game last year. Senior Jack Midden, who missed the last half of last season basically, is back at the point guard position that he had taken over before his injury there around Christmas time. Seniors Donovan Walker and Sawyer Craycraft improved as the season went along last year as well. And both of those guys should make this team a more rounded squad here in their second season, starting out there in the top 5. If you look at the reason that Harrison County might struggle this year, well, we mentioned it a little bit before, in that we have a relative lack of size, which will be an issue with teams that have a strong post presence. Hopefully, we'll have a lot of good shooters from the outside that will compensate for that lack of power inside. Landon Kinney, probably our best three-point shooter, will be the man that is going to be relied upon quite a bit this year to make those big baskets and keep Harrison County in some tight ball games as well. Well, if you look at the preseason rankings, a couple of things stick out. For one thing, in the 10th region, if you look at those preseason rankings, Harrison County number 6, Bourbon County number 5. So this is a matchup of 2 of the top 6 teams in the 10th region, according to the coaches who vote on that kind of poll. Both teams still out on the floor going through their pregame paces. We'll continue with our Cynthiana Hardy's pregame show right after this timeout. You're listening to Thoroughbred Basketball on WCYN Sports.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
And Bourbon County about to meet each other for the 131st time in their program's history. It's a series that began back when the county schools here in Bourbon consolidated back in the 1959-1960 school year. The first meeting between these two clubs was during that initial year that Bourbon County had a high school all its own. In that game back on November the 24th of 1959, Harrison County won here at home 71-30. The overall series very much on Harrison County's side as well, as the Breds lead the series 79-51, including a mark of 39-21 here on the Hilltop. Andrew Case coached against this team just once last year and won that game. In fact, that was the last time the two teams got together. That was a 63-62 thriller back last February in a game that was played over at Bourbon County High School. The last time the two teams got together here on the Hilltop was a couple of years ago, back in December of 2023. That was a game that Bourbon County won 48-38. So there's your look at the series between these two schools that are only about 15 miles apart from each other. And for a lot of people, we don't like them and they don't like us. Makes for a good rivalry. The Breds will be back in action here on the Hilltop on Thursday when they'll host Frankfort High School. The Panthers coming to town. And then on Saturday, the Breds will have a third home game here in the first week of the regular season as they'll host the Braves of Grant County. Meanwhile, the Phillies, they'll be starting off their season tomorrow night here on the Hilltop against Lafayette, who is rated as the number 6 team in the always tough 11th region. It'll be a tough game for our girls coming up, and support your Phillies tomorrow night against Lafayette. Then on Friday, the Phillies will be back in action here on the Hilltop as they'll host Woodford County, maybe the best team that Harrison County will face all year long. The Yellow Jackets ranked number 3 in the 8th region preseason. Then on Saturday, the Phillies will have a matinee affair as they'll head to Erlanger to take on the Lady Jaguars, or the Lady Juggernauts, I should say, the Lady Juggernauts of Lloyd Memorial High School. That'll be a 3:30 JV game, 5 o'clock varsity game for the girls that particular night. The Thoroughbred Wrestling team will be in action on Saturday as they'll host the Harrison County Wrestling Invitational Tournament. And also on Saturday, our Phillies wrestling team will be making the long trip down to Perry County Central for an invitational type of tournament down there as well. The bowling team will get their season started on Saturday with a round robin out at the Galactic Alley. And then on Sunday, they'll head to Flemingsburg to take on Fleming County. And to finish things out, the archery team will be in action this coming Friday as they'll make the short trip to Pendleton County. So best of luck to our bowlers, our wrestlers, our archers, and of course, obviously, our basketball team as well. Well, we're about to have the national anthem. The colors are being presented tonight by the Harrison County Air Force Junior ROTC. So what we're going to do is take a listen to the national anthem, after which we'll take a break and then come back for the tip-off of tonight's game between Harrison County and Bourbon County. But right now, let's bring you our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Harrison County High School, home of the Breds and Phillies. Tonight's game features the Breds versus the Colonels of Bourbon County. At this time, please stand as we celebrate the freedom of joining this great nation with the playing of our national anthem by the HCHS Band. Tonight's colors are being presented by our junior ROTC. Carrying the American flag is Cadet Major Destiny Bell. Carrying the Kentucky flag is Lieutenant Colonel Isabella Velasco. And the guards are Cadet Senior Master Sergeant Ivory Woodard and Cadet Airman Tinker
farm with Southern States Gold.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars. I believe in always finding a way to do what you love. I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Located just off I-75 at exit 120 and has many loading docks. To stay up to date with Bluegrass Stockyards, (9 a.m.)
Two befores and nails, paint and brushes and caulk. Need to mention, really, I think.
It's 1956, your local hometown station and the home of the Breds and Phillies. WCYN, 1400 AM and 101.3 FM.
Alrighty, back here on the hilltop. Let's take a look at the starters for tonight's game. First for Bourbon County. And one of the guards is a 5'4" junior, Quentin Rice. The other guard is Malachi Buchanan. He's a 5'9" sophomore. And one of the forwards, Noah Earlywine, their leading scorer back from last year, a 6'3" senior. The other forward is Mark Perut, a 6'4" junior. And in the middle, Nash Wilson, a 6'6" senior. For Harrison County, Donovan Walker is at one forward. He's a 6'2" senior. Blake Green, the other forward, likewise a 6'2" senior. Landon Kinney is our post player, a 6'4" senior. And one of the guards, Jack Midden, he's a 6' senior. And the other guard, Sawyer Craycraft, a 5'11" senior, as we're about to get this game underway from here on the hilltop, Harrison County and Bourbon County. Well, do you have a big group to feed? The Beast Pizza is great for birthdays and parties. Just dial 235-7627 right now. That's 235-SNAP. Oh, we have a technical foul right off the bat. Jack Midden will shoot the free throw, which he misses. So not sure what that infraction is all about. He'll get another one here. Midden may be our best free throw shooter. He makes the second. So Harrison County up on top, 1-0 on Jack Midden's 1 out of 2 free throws. All right, and Harrison County will get the ball as well. Inbounding the ball across the way from us will be Green. Green lobs the ball inbounds to Craycraft. Craycraft brings the ball up the floor and across the midcourt stripe. He's in between the circles now as he veers to the right side and gets the ball on a wing beyond the arc to Green. Over to the right side, a three fired up by Craycraft. Hits off the rim, no good. And the rebound is going to be brought down by Nash Wilson. Into the front court come the Colonels. Here's a lob to the right side. Thinking about the shot, but turning it down. Perut tries a pass into the corner, but Earlywine wasn't expecting it. And that will give the ball back to the Thoroughbreds. 1-0. We've only played half a minute. Facing full court man pressure. The inbounds pass will come to Midden. Midden being guarded closely by Malachi Buchanan. Lost the ball, but goes back and gets it. Recrosses the timeline and now lobs it in between the circles to Walker up top. Walker gets the ball long range to Kinney. Kinney to the left side to Midden. Midden drives, backs it out. on the near side to Green. Green stops and pops an air ball from 16 feet away. And that will give the ball back to Bourbon County as the ball went out of bounds. Harrison County will be back in action, as we talked about here on Thursday when Frankfort comes to town. Some token pressure by the Thoroughbreds, with Bourbon County able to break it in the front court. With the basketball is Buchanan. He'll get it to the foul line to Wilson. Wilson drives past our defender, misses a bunny shot. Rebound comes down to Wilson, and he travels. So good defense on the interior by Harrison County that time to keep Wilson from driving to the basket. Once again, full court pressure being applied by the Colonels. Still 1-0, 6:49 left to go in the first quarter. Kinney gets the basketball, gets it to Midden. Midden at the right elbow, gets the ball to the far side to Walker, who goes to the basket and lays it in. Nice drive that time by Donovan as Harrison County takes a 3-0 lead on the layup. Into the front court. Here's a shot put up, no good. Midden will come down with the rebound for Harrison County. He'll bring it to the baseline, drives to the block. A little half hook is no good. On the rebound, we're going to have a foul called on Quentin Rice. That'll be Rice's first personal foul. Well, they've been here for Farmers since 1916, and they're here for you now, Farm Credit Mid-America. Contact Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 and learn more about it. In the front court with the basketball come the Colonels. Here's a three from the top of the key. No good by Buchanan. Rebound picked up by Perut. His putback is no good. And down with the rebound for Harrison County, Landon Kinney. Kinney now has the ball taken away from him. First turnover of the game for Harrison. Here's a Buchanan three that barely grazes the rim. And Landon Kinney comes down with his second board of the first quarter. 3-0, Harrison up into the paint. Walker drives, a little half shot is way off the mark. Earlywine gets the rebound, and as he goes inside, we're going to have a foul called. Well, actually, the ball's going to be out of bounds off of Harrison County. First sub of the game for Harrison County coming in, Lawson Hunt. Hunt, a 6'3 senior who saw quite a bit of playing time at the varsity level. Mostly a JV player last year, but will be counted on to be the first man off the bench this season. From his own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass will be Buchanan. Look inside, a pass outside. Now in the paint, Perut has it. Gets it on the baseline to Wilson. His 12-footer's an air ball. Rebound on the offside, picked up by Green. Into the front court come the Thoroughbreds, leading 3-0. Inside the center circle is Craycraft. Gets it between the circles now and into the hands of Hunt. Out top to Kinney for three. Got it! Long range tray. State Farm Joe Cochran tray by Green for his first points of the ball game. Puts Harrison County up 6-0. We've got 4:58 left to go in the first quarter. There's a lob pass to the far side, nearly stolen. Gets the ball to Earlywine. Earlywine now on the wing to Perut. Perut back to Earlywine, drives to the basket, misses the layup, and Harrison County gets the ball. That's Lawson Hunt. Into the front court come the Thoroughbreds, looking for some more points, but then they turn the ball over. Back the other way we go quickly. Top of the key, a three, no good. Rebound pulled down once again by Hunt. Is Harrison County doing a nice job on the boards. One and done for Bourbon County so far in this ball game. Into the front court comes Craycraft with the basketball. Craycraft in between the circles to the right side, long range. This time we'll find Green. Green drives to the basket, and as he does, he's going to be fouled by Rice. And that'll be Quentin Rice's second personal foul. See if Coach Martin will make a move. Doesn't look like he is. Going to the line will be Blake Green for a couple of free tosses. Like a good neighbor, Joe Cochran with State Farm Insurance is there. Are you looking for a new quote? Give Joe a call at 859-234-3813. Joe always says go Breds. Got a 30-second timeout called by Bourbon County as Coach Martin is not real pleased with what he is seeing so far from his troops. 4:11 left to go here in the first quarter. Harrison County leading 6-0. Breds looking to get this campaign kicked off in a good way. And the stable is almost completely full. Always good to see a full stable here on the hilltop. At El Paracutan, daily lunch specials and the always popular buffet are calling your name. Plan a visit to the Harrison Square and enjoy a meal at El Paracutan. At the line for two will be Blake Green. Blake already has a tray in his pocket. Trying to pick up a couple of more free throws here. Senior eyes the bucket. First free throw up and short. It's Harrison County as a team 1 for 3 from the line. Second free throw upcoming, however, to try to make it a 7-point game. Bourbon County still without a point. They've missed 8 shots. Second free throw is good by Green. He'll have 4 points on the night as Harrison County brings the ball down the floor. Or Bourbon County, brings the ball to the floor. Buchanan to the left side to Rice. Back up top to Buchanan. In between the circles. Pass to the right side to Earlywine. Back up top to Buchanan once again. Here's a lob inside. Almost too tall for Perut. He is able to get the ball to Rice. Rice in the paint. Has the ball taken away from him. That's 4 turnovers here in the first quarter for Bourbon. And Harrison County on the move. Craycraft in between the circles. Surveys the defense, gets the ball to the left side to Green. Green up top to Kenny, fakes the three, goes to the elbow, has the ball knocked away. Quentin Rice with the steal, but then he misses the easy shot. And it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Hunt, who went chasing after the ball. Right now, Bourbon is having all kinds of problems getting that ball to go down the hole. Donovan Walker will return to the floor now for Landon Kinney. From his own baseline, Buchanan to trigger the inbounds pass. 3:23 left to go in the first. Harrison up 7-0. Here's a pass to the baseline to Buchanan. A 10-footer rolls off the back of the rim. No good. But a couple of Harrison County thoroughbreds were fighting for the rebound, which is what you like to see, except in this case, they both knocked it out of each other's hands and out of bounds. Bourbon County maintains possession. Buchanan lobs the ball up top to Rice. Back to Buchanan in the corner. A pass inside, stolen by Hunt. Nice job that time by Lawson. And here come the Breds. Walker in the front court on the right side. Backs up. And now will reset the offense. Being guarded closely by Perut. Walker drives to the block. Tries a pass. He's going to be fouled as he does so. And that foul is going to be called on Perut. That'll be Mark Perut's first personal foul. Comes with 2:59 left to go in the first quarter, and Harrison County leading 7-0. From his own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass will be Midden. He's got Craycraft all alone in the corner. Now Buchanan picks him up. Midden looking still. Now lobs it up top to Craycraft. Has the ball knocked out of his hands by Buchanan. Goes to the basket, does Buchanan, and he's going to be fouled. Pretty hard foul that time, but that's okay. Foul's going to be assessed to Craycraft. That'll be Sawyer's first personal foul. I want to say it was a foul on the floor, so from his own baseline, Buchanan will trigger the inbounds pass. Buchanan looking, lobs it up top to Perut. Perut to the left side to Rice in front of the Harrison bench. Back up top once again to Perut. He'll hand the ball to Earlywine, who will reset the offense between the circles. Pass to the left side to Rice. Rice back up top to Earlywine to Wilson. In the corners finds Buchanan. Here's a pass inside to Wilson. His half hook shot is off the rim, no good. And once again, it's Lawson Hunt who comes down with the rebound. And here come the Thoroughbreds. 3 boards here in the first quarter for Lawson Hunt. On the baseline, Midden. Baseline pass to Green. Shot put up, partially blocked by Perut. And Perut gets the rebound as well. Into the front court come the Colonels, and we're going to have a foul called on Harrison County. It's going to be assessed, to Craycraft. That'll be Craycraft's second, and he'll come out of the game. Back in the game, Kinney returns for Harrison. Also coming in, Ja'Cory Hinton, our lone junior at 5'10". Buchanan lobs the ball up top to Rice. 7-0, Harrison County leads. 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Top of the key, early wine to the left side to Rice. Back up top to early wine. Back to Rice. Back to early wine inside the center circle. Now a pass to the right side to Buchanan. Up top to early wine to the left side to Rice. Rice lobs the ball to Wilson. Gets the ball down low to Perut, who misses the shot. And coming down with the loose ball will be Midden. Here come the Thoroughbreds. Going to the basket, putting up a shot is Walker. His shot's no good, but he's fouled. And Donovan will be going to the line for 2. Bourbon cannot buy a basket. That foul's on Wilson. That'll be his first. Bourbon County 0 for their first 12 from the floor. 1:48 left to go in the first quarter. Coming to the line will be Walker. This will be Walker's first free throw attempts of the night. His team leading 7-0. Walker's first free throw is on the way and off the flange, no good. He'll have another, however, to try to make it an even 8 points per game. Walker stands in. We're going to have to work on our free throw shooting, I think. It's on the way, and this one is good by Donovan. It gives Harrison County an 8-0 lead with 1:41 left to go in the first quarter. In the front court, right side, Buchanan gets the ball down low to Wilson, who lays it up and in. And Bourbon County, with 1:31 on the board, gets its first basket of the night and makes the score 8-2. Here's a pass inside to Walker, and Walker is going to be called for the charge that time. Dobbins' first foul of the night. Coming in for the first time for Harrison, Trip Nichols. Nichols, a 5'10 senior and a 3-point specialist. If Bourbon County has done any scouting at all, they'll know how to defend Nichols. He's a dead eye from wherever he is on the court. Into the front court comes Bourbon. A pass down low to Wilson, puts it up and in. Nash Wilson with back-to-back baskets with 1:10 left to go here in the first quarter has gotten his team back to within 4 at 8-4. Good move that time by Wilson. Now Harrison County will have the basketball. Coming in for the Thoroughbreds, Aaron Jackson, 5'10 senior. Jackson looking, gets the ball to Midden. Midden will bring the ball up the floor. His team up by just 4 as we've gone on a little bit of a scoring drought. Harrison County has not scored in the last 3 minutes. Midden on the right side goes to the block, to the glass, lays it up short. Rebound pulled down by Earlywine, and here come the Colonels. Pass down low into the hands of Perut, and Perut makes the shot to get his team back to within 2 at 8-6. 43 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Jackson with the basketball now, has the ball back tapped away from behind by Rice and out of bounds, but Bourbon County has awakened, probably could be both. Jackson will inbounds the ball just to the left of the Bourbon bench, gets it inbounds to Midden. Midden down low to Kenny, who lays up and in. Landon off of a nice feed by Midden. Gets his team back to a 4-point lead at 10-6. 24 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Up top, a 3 is fired up by Earlywine, in and out. Rebound brought down by Perut. His shot is going to be blocked, but we're also going to have a foul on Kenny, and that'll be Landon's first personal foul, and we'll send Perut to the line for 2. This will be Perut's first trip to the line tonight. Comes with 15 seconds left to go in the first quarter. First free throw by the junior is on the way and good. Gets his team back to within 3 at 10-7. Second free throw upcoming. It's on the way, and this will be a little bit of a knuckleball, no good. Coming down with the rebound will be Landon Kenny. 10 seconds left in the front court. Midden fakes a 3, drives to the basket, layup short. Dang it. Rebound brought down by Rice. Rice in the front court, gets it to the corner. Here's a shot put up at the buzzer. No good this time by Perut. So at the end of one quarter of play, your score, Harrison County 10 and Bourbon County 7. You're listening to Thoroughbred Basketball on WCYN Sports.
Our great-grand.
Congratulations. You're officially an agent.
Sweet. I get one of those cool agent names, right? Like Viper or Shadow?
Well, Wayne, we're thinking you go by Wayne?
Oh, yeah. Wayne's fine, too.
With Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, there's an agent in every county who's involved in the community, which means you'll know your agent by name. In this case, Wayne.
I got it. What about 006?
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Nothing lead when the Bourbon County Colonels missed their first 12, but the Colonels have come storming back and have cut the deficit to 3 at 10-7. For over 70 years, Weber's Sausage has delivered the best Kentucky flavor to your breakfast table. From the first sizzle to the last bite, it's a taste you can trust. Find them in your favorite meat department. Bourbon County with the basketball, down by a tray. Rice back in the game, gets the ball to Buchanan. Now in the corner, a three fired up by Perut is off the front of the rim, no good. And Kenny will come down with the rebound for Harrison County. That's 4 boards for Kenny here in the game. Across the timeline comes Midden. Midden, a bounce pass to the right side to Green, who's back in the game. Green from the block, cut off by Rice, gets the ball back on this side to Kenny. Up top, finds Midden. Midden drives, has his shot partially blocked, and a travel, actually a jump ball is going to be called. So Harrison County will maintain possession on the alternating possession arrow. Half minute into this second quarter. From his own baseline, Midden will trigger the inbounds pass. Midden looking, gets it into the corner to Green on the wing. A long three by Kenny is short. Rebound, though, is going to be yanked down that time by Green. And then the Breds throw the ball away. In the front court, right side, Rice in front of the stable. He'll get it between the circles now to Earlywine. Back to Rice near the far hash mark. Rice, a bounce pass to the elbow to Wilson. Up top finds Earlywine. Now to the right side to Rice once again. Rice has the ball nearly taken away by Jackson, but he is able to get the ball back to Earlywine, to the left side to Buchanan. Lob pass to the right side to Rice. Rice to the left side to Buchanan for a three-pointer. Off the front of the rim, no good. And Jackson goes in there and gets the rebound. Nice job that time by Aaron. Into the front court with the basketball comes Jackson. Bounce pass to the near side, long range to Green. Now back up top in between the circles to Kenny once again. Kenny looks to his right, gets the ball to Jackson. Jackson looking for help, gets the ball into the hands this time of Hinton, who's also back in the game. Hinton up top to Midden. Midden lobs the ball to the far side to Green. Green drives baseline, shot blocked out of there by Rice. Rebound brought down by Bourbon County, and driving to the basket and making the shot that time was Rice. That's Rice's first deuce of the game. Gets his team back to within a 10-9 deficit with 6:05 left. Reds make a shot by Jackson. AJ makes it a 12-9 score. 5:52 left to go in the first half. A three fired up, no good by Buchanan, and Hinton will come down with the basketball for Harrison County. Reds will slow things down this time into their half court. Gets the ball to the right side, does Hinton to Green. Green being bodied up pretty well by Buchanan. They're letting it go, though. 5.5 left to go in the first half. Harrison up 12-9. Hinton, bounce pass in between the circles to Midden. Midden drives into the paint, stops, gets it back up top to Jackson for three. Off to the right, no good. Rebound pulled down this time by Buchanan. Outlet pass and a missed dunk by Bourbon County. Jackson gets the rebound, and here come the Breds. Yeah, Mark Peru thought he could sky up there for a dunk, and he missed it completely. In between the circles is Midden. Midden inside the center circle, crosses over his dribble, lost the ball, picks it back up, and now a quick 30-second timeout called by Harrison County. Just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. 4:52 left to go in this first half of play. Harrison County up 12-9. They've led all the way so far. Well, the game tonight here on the Hilltop is being broadcast on YouTube. Proudly brought to you by Kentucky Farm Bureau and Farm Credit Mid-America. Visit youtube.com/WCYN Sports to catch all the action streamed over the internet. That's about the most computer lingo I know, that something can be streamed over the internet. All right, out of the timeout, Harrison County with the basketball. Bourbon County has been pretty tenacious defensively of late. Inbounds pass comes to Midden. Midden across the timeline in the middle of the floor. Lobs the ball inside, nearly knocked away, but Hunt picks up the loose ball. Gets it to the left side to Jackson. Jackson to the block, looking for help. Can't find anyone, and the ball is taken away from him for a turnover. Up the floor comes Rice. Rice to Wilson. Shot no good, but he's fouled, and Wilson will be going to the line for two. We're going to call that foul on Midden. That'll be Jack's first personal foul. And send Wilson to the line for the first time tonight. He has 4 points. 4:32 left to go in the first half. Wilson trying to get his team back to within a single-digit deficit. First free throw is good. Give him now 5 points. Makes it 12-10. So we said 4:32 left in the first half. Second free throw is on the way, and this one bounces high off the rim. No good, but coming down with the rebound will be Perut. And Perut is going to have the ball knocked out of his hands and out of bounds. The Colonels will maintain possession on that offensive board off the missed free throw. Inbounds pass comes to Rice. Over on the far side, he'll get the ball to Shane Bowling, who's in the game. Bowling gets the ball down low to Wilson, and Wilson lays it in. He has 7 points now, scoring on that layup. Makes the score tied up at 12-12. Our first tie of the game, as the Colonels have made their way back from what at one time was as much as an 8-point deficit. Across the timeline comes Hinton. He'll get the ball to Midden. Midden to the block, double team. Gets it to the elbow. This time to Green. Green to Kenny. Kenny to the basket. Layup good. Nice job that time by Landon as Harrison County goes back out on top, 14-12. 3:54 left to go here in the first half. Pass our ball to the left side to Early Wine, up top to Rice, back to Early Wine to Perut, back to Early Wine, up top once again to Rice, to the right elbow to Perut, down low to Wilson, and Wilson misses the layup with a rebound coming down into the hands of Harrison County. That's Lawson Hunt, who has 4 of those now. And now we're going to have a foul called on Bowling. That'll be Shane Bowling's first personal foul. Cynthiana Hardee's wants you to visit them for breakfast, lunch, or dinner on US 27 South. They've got the best burgers in town. That's at Hardee's in Cynthiana. Hunt receives the inbounds pass, gets it into the hands of Green. Green drops the ball, and it's going to be picked up by Bourbon County. Harrison with 8 turnovers now in the game. From the right corner, Rice, a 3 try is no good off the mark. And the rebound pulled down by Hinton. And now Hinton has the ball taken away from him. In the corner, Rice for 3, air ball. Ball is going to go out of bounds as Harrison County will get the ball back. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bourbon County now 0 for 10 from beyond the arc. Back in the game, Buchanan returns for the Colonels. Little three-quarter court pressure being applied now by Bourbon. Inbounds pass, though, comes to Midden, who will bring it into the front court easily. 3 minutes left to go in the first half. Harrison up 14-12. Close game here on the Hilltop on opening night. Phillies will open their campaign tomorrow here on the Hilltop against Lafayette. With the basketball, Hunt to the block, and before Hunt can get to the block, he's going to be fouled by Bowling, and there'll be a couple of fouls on Shane Bowling, as we said, a football star for the Colonels football team last fall, which hadn't been that long ago. From his own baseline, Midden will trigger the inbounds pass. Jack looking, still looking. Somebody get open. Finally finds Hinton on the baseline. Hinton double team, curls the pass back out top to Hunt. Now to the top of the key. The ball is knocked away. Loose ball is going to be touched last by Harrison County. So Bourbon County will get the ball. Wilson returns to the floor for the Colonels. 11 turnovers for Harrison. Bourbon County 5. All 5 of those happening in the first quarter. 2:37 left to go here in the first half. Bourbon down by a deuce, but with the basketball. Rice tries to pass to Wilson. Ball knocked away by Hunt. And with the loose ball coming up with it is Kenny. He'll give the ball to Hinton. Hinton across the timeline. Gets it to the right side at the elbow to Hunt. Fall-away jumper. Off the glass too hard. No good. Hinton, though, is there for the rebound. Nice job on the putback by Ja'Cory Hinton, which will give Harrison County a 4-point lead at 2:05 left to go. In the front court with the basketball is Hunt. And as Hunt tries to get away from the pressure, actually they're going to call a foul on Harrison County's Green. That'll be Green's first personal foul. From his own baseline, Buchanan to trigger the inbounds pass. Lobs the ball out top in between the circles. Now to Earlywine. Earlywine to Wilson from the right elbow. In the paint. Half hook. No good. Coming down with the rebound, Landon Kenny. Kenny with 5 boards here in the first half. In the front court with the basketball, Midden. Triple team. Forces up a shot blocked. Midden is able to get the rebound, but he may have stepped on the end line. Actually, they're going to call a foul on Bourbon County's Buchanan. So that'll be Buchanan's first personal foul. Coming back into the ball game will be Bowling, as Buchanan will check out. From his own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass will be Midden, who I don't think has come out of the game so far. Midden looking inside, finds Green, ball knocked away, and the loose ball picked up by Bourbon. Up the floor quickly, goes Earlywine to the basket, lays it up and in, and he is fouled. And will have a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play as he gets his team back to within 2 at 16-14. And a chance to make it a 1-point game if we can make this free throw here. This is Earlywine's first free throw of the night. Minute and a half left to go in an exciting first half. Free throw up, free throw no good. And Lawson Hunt brings down his 5th rebound of the night. Into the front court with the basketball, Midden in between the circles. Midden backs up near the center circle, drifts to the right side, long range. Gets it in between the circles to Kenny. They're trying to backdoor, but Bourbon County sniffed it out. Now a poor pass by Harrison County goes out of bounds. They'll give it back to the Colonels. That's 8 turnovers for Harrison County here in the second quarter with 1:11 left to go. So Bourbon County with the ball, a chance to tie this game. We have had one tie, no lead changes. Earlywine to the left side to Bowling to the left elbow. He'll find Perut. Perut gets the ball to Wilson, and Wilson is going to have his shot perfectly curled for a jump ball. And now on the alternating possession arrow, the ball goes back to Bowling for Bourbon County. Bowling on the wing. Here's a 3 fired up by Perut. No good. And Hinton will come down with the board for Harrison County. Now Hinton lost control of the ball and will foul. It'll be his first foul of the game. And we'll send Earlywine back to the line where he just did miss that free throw that was part of a failed old-fashioned three-point play. First free throw this time, though, is good. 52 seconds left in the first half, makes it 16-15. Second free throw is also good. And we're all knotted up at 16 apiece. Up the floor with the basketball comes Hinton. Drifts to the left side, long range. Now to the top of the key, finds Midden. Ball almost taken away from Jack. Gets it to the right side to Hunt for a three-pointer. Off the flange, no good. Rebound is going to be chased down this time by Perut. Here come the Colonels with a chance to break this 16-16 tie. But he's going to be fouled first by Harrison County. It's going to be on Midden, and that'll be Jack's second. 31 seconds left to go in the first half, and Perut at the line where he's 1 for 2 tonight. A chance to give his team their first lead of the ball game. Remember, they started out behind 8-0. First free throw by Perut for the lead is no good off the flange. Score remains 16-16. The second free throw coming up for Perut. Can still give his team the lead here late in the first half. Second free throw is up and good. And the Colonels have taken their first lead of the game at 17-16. And now we're going to have a foul called on Rice. Be his second. Inbounds pass comes to Midden. Midden calls out the play as he approaches the midcourt stripe where he'll be met by Rice. Pass to the left side, long range, and into the hands of Hunt, who's had a nice first half. To the top of the key to Kenny. Kenny to the left side. Ball is taken away. Another turnover. Harrison County going to the basket. Missing the layup is Perut, but he's fouled. Will get a chance for a couple of free throws. That'll be a second foul on Kenny. Going to the basket, Perut, where he is 2 for 4. Two-shot foul with 11 seconds left. Free throw up and good. Improves Bourbon's lead to 18-16. We said 11 seconds left to go. Back in the game, Bowling returns. Also in the game for the first time for Bourbon, Aiden Casey. Casey, a 5'11 junior. Second free throw by Perut is good as well. And 3-point lead for Bourbon County. Now as they bring the ball up the floor, a whistle as the scoreboard must not be correct. Maybe got the wrong number of seconds. And oh, okay. A second went off the clock and it shouldn't have, so now they put it back to 9 seconds left to go. So 9 seconds left. Harrison County with the ball down by 3. So Breds have just one. Joe Cochran at State Farm three-pointer. That was by Blake Green very early in the game. Now they've given us another second, so 10 seconds left. Inbounds pass will come to Midden. Midden across the timeline on the far side of the circle. Moves to the top of the key, down to the block. Puts up a shot around Wilson, no good. Rebound is picked up by Green, but he will not have time to pick up the ball and put it in the basket. So, your score at the half. Bourbon County 19, Harrison County 16. We've had a couple of ties in the lead change. Harrison County led most of the half, but right now trail by 3. We invite you to join us for our halftime show, brought to you by Joe Cochran out at State Farm. We'll overall the scoring and stats from this first half in the lid lifter of the 2025-26 season. That coming up right after this. Once again, your halftime score. Bourbon County 19, Harrison County 16. You're listening to Thoroughbred Basketball on WCYN Sports.
Congratulations, you're officially an agent.
Sweet. I get one of those cool agent names, right? Like Viper or Shadow?
Well, Wayne, we're thinking you go by Wayne?
Oh, yeah, Wayne's fine too.
With Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, there's an agent in every county who's involved in the community, which means you'll know your agent by name. In this case, Wayne.
I got it. What about 006?
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
0.3 FM.
Feed your farm with Southern States Co-op in Cynthiana.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Plain English.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Behind 8-0, but then they came roaring back, tied the game a couple of times in the course of the first half, and eventually took their only lead of the ball game, which is right now at 19-16. Taking a look at the individual scoring here in the first half. First for Bourbon County, they're paced by Nash Wilson, who has 7 points here at the break. 6 points for Mark Perut, 4 for Noah Earlywine, and a couple of points for Quentin Rice. Also getting into the game but not scoring were Aiden Casey and Shane Bowling. For Harrison County, both Blake Green and Landon Kenny each have 4 points apiece. 3 points for Donovan Walker, a couple of points for Ja'Cory Hinton as well, and a single point for Jack Midden rounds out the scoring. Also playing but not scoring were Aaron Jackson and Lawson Hunt. That's the way the individual numbers look. We'll take a break, come back, and tell you about how the teams did statistically. Right after this timeout, you're listening to the halftime show brought to you by Joe Cochran at State Farm. Your score, Bourbon County 19, Harrison County 16. You're listening to Thoroughbred Basketball on WCYN Sports.
Congratulations, you're officially an agent.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars. I believe in always finding a way to do what you love. I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Employees of the federal, state, PSLF. That's
sick across Kentucky. (246) to find a provider near.
I was about to sneeze. Taking a look at the individual or the team statistics, neither team shot very well, which you may have figured. But Harrison County, 5 of 19, that's just 26.3% from the floor, 1 of 5 from beyond the perimeter. Meanwhile, Bourbon County, 7 of 30, that's 23.3%. They attempted 11 trays and did not make any. From the free throw line, the Thoroughbreds were 3 for 5 for 60%, while Bourbon County was 6 out of 10 for 60% as well. Bourbon County had only 1 turnover in the second quarter and 6 overall in the first half. Meanwhile, Harrison County has turned the ball over 14 times, which has been a main contributor to the score right now, which shows the Thoroughbreds behind by 3. And the Thoroughbreds won the rebounding battle 21-10, despite the lack of height. Leading the way were both Landon Kinney and Lawson Hunt, who each had 5 boards apiece. Meanwhile, for the Colonels, their leading rebounder in the first half was Mark Perut, who had 4. So there's your team stats from here in the first half of this game between the Colonels and the Breds. Right now, both teams have returned from their respective locker rooms, so we'll invite you to stay tuned as we'll take a break and come back with the second half of tonight's game between Harrison and Bourbon. Right now, the Colonels lead 19-16. You're listening to Thoroughbred Basketball on WCYN Sports.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Congratulations. You're officially an agent.
Sweet. I get one of those cool agent names, right? Like Viper or Shadow?
Well, Wayne, we're thinking you go by Wayne?
Oh, yeah. Wayne's fine, too.
With Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, there's an agent in every county who's involved in the community, which means you'll know your agent by name. In this case, Wayne.
I got it. What about 006?
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
And right here, sight in your rifle, grab your hunt safe and consider
Man, I loved playing. And I get paid to make the big call.
Back here, about to begin the third quarter. Harrison County trailing by 3, but the Breds will have the ball to begin this second half a play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breds led by as many as 8 early in this game, only to see the Colonels come storming back. Well, not really storming back, but rather inched back to take what is right now a 3-point lead. Now the official says we're ready to play. Inbounds pass will come to Midden. Jack with a good first half. Only scored 1 point, but had several assists and 3 rebounds. Pass to the left side to Green. May have traveled. Shot from the paint is up and good. 3 points now for Blake Green. Harrison County back to within 1 at 19-18. In the front court, the Colonels. Buchanan in between the circles. Lobs the ball inside to Earlywine. Make that Perut. Pass to the left side to Rice. Back up top to Buchanan for a 3. Off the front of the rim, no good. And down with the rebound will come Walker. Now Walker lost control of the basketball, and we got a tie-up. No, they're going to say Bourbon County had possession, and now we'll call a timeout. So a good hustle play that time. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. So early stages of the third quarter, 7:18 left to go in this stanza. Harrison County trailing 19-18. Well, do you have a big group to feed? The Beast Pizza is great for birthdays and parties. Just dial 235-7627 right now. That's 235-SNAP. Both teams struggling from the floor in the first half, as we mentioned. Harrison County just 30%, while Bourbon County 7 of 30, which is 23%. Harrison County, a little bit surprisingly, holding the edge in rebounds, though. All right, out of the timeout, Buchanan will inbounds the ball to Earlywine. Back to Buchanan on the right side, long range. Harrison County's gone zone. Here's a lob down low, knocked away by Walker and out of bounds. Nice, good anticipation that time by Donovan. Ball will remain in the hands of the Colonels, however. From his own baseline on the opposite side of the basket, Buchanan will trigger the inbounds pass. Buchanan gets the ball in the corner to Earlywine. Up top to Perut. Perut dumps the ball down low to Wilson, who lays it in. 9 points for Noah Wilson. And the Colonels back up by a 3 spot at 21-18. 6:53 left to go here in the third quarter of play. With the basketball, Midden on the right side. Gets the ball in the paint, lobs it in the corner. Here's a 3 by Craycraft. Oh, air ball. Rebound brought down by the Colonels. That was Earlywine. His 3rd rebound of the night. Pass to the left side to Buchanan. On the baseline finds a wide open Rice. His shot is no good. And down with the rebound, Landon Kinney, as the struggles for Bourbon from beyond the arc continue. They're now 0 for 13. Up top, Kinney, ball fake, moves down to the block, spins, gets it on the wing to Craycraft for 3. Yes! Sawyer Craycraft with the Joe Cochran at State Farm tray for his first points of the night. And we are tied at 21. Good shooting, Sawyer. 21-21, 5:56 left to go in the third. That's the basketball on the right side, long range Buchanan. Back up top, he'll find Earlywine. Over to the left side to Rice. Here's an NBA 3, no good that time by Earlywine. The rebound is pulled down by Green. Green on the run, lays up and in. Blake Green has put Harrison County back out on top by a score of 23-21. 5:25 on the clock. Here's a half hook shot, no good by Wilson, and Green comes down with another rebound. Into the front court come the Breds. Here's a 3 by Walker, rims out, no good. Rebound pulled down on the offside by Buchanan. Buchanan tries an outlet pass to Rice, but Walker once again, Johnny on the spot, knocks the ball out of bounds. Back in the game, Bowling returns for Bourbon. Well, they've been here for Farmers since 1916, and they're here for you now. Farm Credit Mid-America. Contact Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 and learn more. From his own baseline, Buchanan lobs the ball out high and into the hands of Bowling. Back to Buchanan. Down to Nash. Nash goes around Walker and lays it up and in. Ties the game once again, our fourth tie. This time at 23-23. Into the front court with 4:56 left to go. Shot put up no good by the Breds. And on the long rebound, we're going to have a foul called on Craycraft. They'll bring Lawson Hunt off of the bench and back into the ball game. Bourbon County with the basketball. 23-23 your score. Along with those 4 ties, we've had a couple of lead changes as well. With the basketball, Buchanan across the timeline, trying to give his team the lead back. Pass to the right side to Early One. Early One looks inside, nothing there. Back up top to Buchanan. Buchanan in the paint, tries a pass, knocked away by Hunt. Boy, I tell you what, Lawson has played great. In the front court, left side, Kenny for 3. No good, short. Long rebound is saved from going out of bounds by Kenny. As he gets the ball to Hunt. Hunt looking, gets the ball back to Midden. Midden looks over to Coach Case to see what play he wants to run this time to the floor. Midden is going to be bumped hard by, I believe it's going to be on Early Wine, who kicked the ball. It should be a tee, but the referees didn't see it. Early Wine picks up his first personal foul. 23-23 as we are about to hit the midway point of the third quarter. 4-10 from his own baseline. Midden to trigger the inbounds pass. Midden looking, gets it in the corner. 3 by Craycraft. No good off the front of the rim. And the rebound is going to be pulled down by Early Wine. Into the front court with the basketball come the Colonels. Early Wine, left side, Perut. Perut drives baseline, has a shot blocked from behind. What a great play that time by Green. Harrison County with the basketball as well. From the elbow, jump shot by Midden is short. Rebound pulled down by Early Wine. Early Wine with 3 rebounds here in the third quarter alone. And he has 5 overall to lead his team. Wraparound pass stolen by Kenny. Nice job that time by Landon. He'll get the ball to Midden. Midden with the score tied at the top of the key. Gets the ball to Kenny. Kenny to the left elbow. Ball fake. Goes up. 10-footer. No. Rebound on the floor. Comes all the way out to Blake Green. Green from in between the circles will back it out once again and gets the ball to Craycraft to Midden. Midden at the left elbow. Now in the corner, Kenny for 3. No good, short. Kenny gets the rebound, though. Goes back towards the basket. And as he goes up for a shot, he's going to be fouled. That foul's going to be on Perut. That'll be Perut's second personal foul. That'll send Kenny to the line. Kenny with 7 points, including a tray. He's also grabbed a team-high 8 rebounds. So approaching a double-double. First free throw by the senior is good, and Harrison County gets back out on top, 24-23. 3:04 on the clock here in the third quarter. Second free throw upcoming for Kenny. Trying to put his team up by 2, and he does not. Rebound is going to go out of bounds off the hands of Bowling, as he didn't realize that no one was around to help him out. So on the rebound, give the ball to Harrison. From his own baseline, a lob pass to Walker. Walker double teamed on the baseline, gets the ball in the corner to Green for 3, bounces off, no good, and Wilson rips down the rebound. Here come the Colonels. Down by a single point, rushing to the basket, nobody cuts him off, and laying it up and in is Perut. And Perut has given his team the lead back at 25-24. Timeout on the floor, we'll take it as well. 2 minutes and 46 seconds left to go in the third. Your score, Bourbon County 25, Harrison County 24. You're listening to Thoroughbred Basketball on WCYN Sport.
There's only one thing.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars. I believe in always finding a way to do what you love. I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Scored a layup to put his team up 25-24. Out of the timeout, Harrison County will be facing full court man pressure for the first time tonight. Inbounding the ball will be Green. He'll get the ball to Hinton. Hinton against the defense of Earlywine. Gets the ball across the timeline on the left side and nearly lost it. Was able to get the ball to Green. And as Green makes a move towards the basket, we're going to have an illegal screen set by Kenny. So give the ball back to Bourbon. After committing 14 turnovers in the first half, that's only the second turnover here in the third quarter for the Breds with 2:33 left to go in this third period. Bourbon County with the lead and the ball. By pass to the right side to Bowling, up top to Rice, now to the far side, he'll find Earlywine. Earlywine back up top to Rice, to the right side to Bowling. Bowling lobs the ball inside to Wilson. His half hook is no good. Rebound pulled down by Hinton, and here come the Breds. In the front court, Walker spins to the basket and lays it in. Nice job that time by Donovan. Just his fifth point of the night, but a big one as it puts Harrison County back out on top, 26-25. Minute 59 left to go. There's a shot put up and good by Perut. 10 points for Perut. Puts his team back out on top, 27-26. 1:44 left in the third quarter. Now a pass goes into the stable off of the hands of Bourbon County as Jack Midden will return to the contest. Like a good neighbor, Joe Cochran with State Farm Insurance is there. Are you looking for a new quote? Give Joe a call at 859-234-3813. Joe always supports the Breds and Phillies. Well, they've actually said that the ball was off the hands of Harrison County, so Bourbon with the basketball off the turnover. Rice at the left elbow, goes back beyond the wing on the left side, now gets it in between the circles to Earlywine. To the foul line, basketball put up by Perut from that elbow is good. A dozen points now for Perut as he puts his team up 29-26. 1:10 left to go in the third. Green in front of his own bench, lobs the ball up top to Kenny. Fakes the three, moves inside the arc, now gets it on the wing to Craycraft. Craycraft splits the defense, kicks the ball to Green. Green goes baseline to the basket and lays it in. Nice, solid basket that time by Blake Green. Gets his team back to within one at 29-28. Layup. 42 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Here's a pass down low to Wilson, who lays it up and in. Once Wilson gets the ball that low, Harrison County just can't really take care of him. He's too big. On the layup with 27 seconds left. Harrison County down by 3 with the basketball. And now we've got a foul on Bowling. Off the ball foul on Bowling, his third personal foul. From just to the right of his bench, Green will trigger the inbounds pass. Lobs in the backcourt to Midden. Midden looks at the clock, sees there's 25 seconds on it, gets it into the front court on the right side, long range to Craycraft. Craycraft drives, now lost the basketball. Unforced error, gives the ball back to Bourbon. Bourbon with 8 turnovers, Harrison County 18. Hunt and Hinton return to the floor for the Thoroughbreds for this final 17 seconds. Bourbon County a chance to take their largest lead of the ball game if they make a basket here. Across the timeline comes Earlywine to the far hash mark. He'll find Rice. Skip pass to the near side to Bowling. Down low to Wilson. Back to Bowling. Up top he'll find Earlywine to the right side. Bowling for 3. No good. Rebound. Tapped up. No good. And that is the way that the third quarter will end. With your score, Bourbon County 31, Harrison County 28. You're listening to Thoroughbred Basketball on WCYN Sports.
Feed your
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
And 101.3 FM.
31-28 your score. At El Paracutan, daily lunch specials and the always popular buffet are calling your name. Plan a visit soon to the Harrison Square and enjoy a meal at El Paracutan. Harrison will have the ball to begin things here in the fourth. Inbounds pass comes to Walker. Walker gives the ball to Midden. Midden will bring the ball across the timeline where he's picked up by Rice. To the elbow to Hunt. Down low to Craycraft, flashing to the basket, lays it in. Sawyer Craycraft with 5 points, and Harrison County on that driving layup is back to within one at 31-30 in the front court with the basketball. Right now is Earlywine, gets the ball to Rice. Rice back to Earlywine, goes baseline, puts a shot partially blocked by Hunt, but they're going to call Hunt with a foul. That'll be Lawson's first personal foul. Going to the line will be Earlywine, where he's 1 for 2 for the charity stripe tonight. 7:29 on the clock. First free throw is going to roll off, no good. Second free throw coming up for the senior. Has 4 points. Kind of kept him in check, averaged 13 points a game last year. Second free throw is good, however, by Earlywine to get his team back to a 2-point lead at 32-30. 7:24 on the clock here on the hilltop. Across the timeline comes Craycraft. Gets the ball to the elbow to Green, who buries it. And we are tied at 32-32. Into the front court with the basketball come the visitors from our north, or actually our south, with the basketball. Rice to the left elbow, dumps the ball inside, trying to get the ball into the hands of Perut. Perut was not expecting it, and the ball goes off his hands and out of bounds. So Harrison County now a chance to retake the lead. We've gone back and forth in this entire ball game, in case you're wondering, and because I've got the stat to tell you about. In games decided by 10 points or less in the history of this rivalry, Harrison County has won 32. Bourbon County has won 31. Hunt with the basketball up top. Hands it off to Craycraft near the timeline. Craycraft in the corner in front of the stable comes Green. He'll hand it off to Walker. Walker has the ball bounce off of his knee and out of bounds for another turnover. Give the ball back to Bourbon, who will try to recapture the lead here. Walking the ball up the floor this time will be Rice. Rice, whose father is the head football coach, gets the ball to Wilson, who puts it up and in. Wilson with 15 points on the night and puts his team up 34-32. In the front court with 6:07 left, the Thor Breds. In the corner is Hunt. Hunt goes baseline, puts one up, and good. Nice strong move against the big man, Rawson Hunt. And we are all knotted up again, this time at 34-34. with the basketball. Here's a long three, good by Early Wine. Early Wine buries the long-range tray and puts his team back out on top by 3, 37-34. Into the front court with the basketball. Top of the key, 3-4, Green, short. Long rebound is going to be captured this time by Bourbon County. Going to the basket, Rice, who puts it up and in. Rice with his first point of the night, and Bourbon has their biggest lead at 39-34. Now a foul on Bourbon County will send Green to the line for a couple of free throws. Nope, not Green, but rather Walker going to the line for 2. Walker 1 for 2 from the charity stripe tonight. First free throw is good. He has 6 points now. Donovan gets his team back to within 4. Now with 5:12 left, his second free throw is also good. 39-36 after those 2 free throws by Donovan Walker. Bourbon County with the lead in the basketball. Across the timeline comes Rice. Rice lobs inside the center circle to Early Wine. Pass to the right side to Rice. Lobs it to the far side once again to Early Wine. Early Wine to the left side to Buchanan, who's back in the game. Gets the ball to Wilson. Drops the ball. Rip. Loose ball picked up by Harrison. In the front court, Craycraft stops at the elbow, forces up a shot. Good. Sawyer Craycraft with another big basket. He's had several here tonight, and Harrison County back to within 1 at 39-38. Here's a pass down low to Wilson. His half hook is short. However, the rebound is picked up by Perut. Perut gives the ball to Buchanan, and Buchanan puts it in the hole, putting his team back up by 3 at 41-38. 4:16 left. Still a lot of time in this basketball game. Now we're going to have a foul on Bourbon County going for a steal. That'll be 3 on Perut. 41-38. Your score. For over 70 years, Weber Sausage has delivered the best Kentucky flavor to your breakfast table. From the first sizzle to the last bite, it's a taste you can trust. Find them in your favorite meat department. Here come the Thoroughbreds down by 3. Racing to the basket, Hunt gets it on the wing, long range to Kinney. Kinney trying to find some help, gives the ball back to Midden. Bourbon County has ratcheted up their defense. Midden in the paint. Nearly threw the ball away, but it goes out of bounds after initially being knocked by Buchanan, who couldn't hold on to it. From his own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass will be Midden. Yes, Jack will take over duties. His team down by 3. Midden looking, gets it in the corner to Craycraft. Craycraft, a little push off, no call. Gets it back between the circles, now inside the center circle to reassess the offense. Gets it to the left side to Hunt, long range. Hunt up top to Kinney. Kinney being guarded closely out there by Early Wine, hands the ball to Craycraft. Craycraft wanted to gun that 3, but wisely turned it down. Buchanan's all over him. Now Craycraft in the paint, gets the ball to the near side to Hunt, and now a timeout called by Harrison. We'll take it as well. 3:25 left to go. Your score, Bourbon County 41, Harrison County 38. You're listening to Thoroughbred Basketball on WCYN Sports.
Every Monday and Tuesday at 9 a.m., Bluegrass Stockyards Lexington will be having their cattle sale. Bluegrass Stockyards Lexington is located just off I-75 at exit 120 and has many loading docks. To stay up to date with Bluegrass Stockyards, visit bgstockyards.com. From there, you can view market reports,
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau. Big on commitment.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America.
Inbounding the ball out of the timeout will be Green. Blake with 9 points tonight. That leads the team. Green looking, gets it inbounds to Midden. Midden being harassed out front by Buchanan. Midden in between the circles, pass to the right side to Green. Green, now a bounce pass down low, intended for Kenny, is a little bit beyond him and out of bounds. On the turnover, the 20th of the night for the Breds, give the ball back to the Colonels, who have turned the ball over 10 times. Jogging the ball to the front court will be Buchanan. His team up by 3 as we approach the 3-minute mark of regulation. Inside the center circle, Buchanan, pass to the left side near the hash to Rice. Up top to Buchanan, back to Rice. Rice back to Buchanan at the top of the key. Back to Rice on a wing. Rice now gets the ball to Buchanan. Pass to the right side, long range to Earlywine. Back up top, he'll find Buchanan to the right side. Here's a 3 by Earlywine, good. A couple of trays here in the fourth quarter by Noah Earlywine has put his team up by their largest margin at 44-38. 2:36 left in this basketball game. Harrison needing a bucket. Green goes between a triple team and is going to be fouled. Foul is going to be assessed to Buchanan. That'll be Buchanan's second. And send Green back to the line where he is 1 for 2. That pair of tries coming back in the first quarter. Trying to get double digits scoring wise is Green, as well as get his team back to within 4. First free throw by the senior is good. Back in the game, Walker returns. It's 44-39. Second free throw for Green is on the way and good. Breds down by 4 at 44-40. Into the front court with the basketball comes Earlywine. Inside the center circle finds Buchanan. Buchanan lobs the ball. Dangerous pass, but climbing the ladder is Earlywine. We get it back to Buchanan. To the left side, long range to Rice as Bourbon's taking some air out of the basketball. Pass to Wilson at the elbow. Skip pass to the near side. Long range, he finds Earlywine. Now back to Buchanan. And another timeout called by Bourbon. We'll take it as well. 1:56 left to go. Your score, Bourbon County 44, Harrison County 40. You're listening to Thoroughbred Basketball on WCYN Sports.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Congratulations, you're officially an agent.
Sweet. I get one of those cool agent names, right? Like Viper or Shadow?
Well, Wayne, we're thinking you go by Wayne?
Oh, yeah, Wayne's fine too.
With Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, there's an agent in every county who's involved in the community, which means you'll know your agent by name. In this case, Wayne.
I got it. What about 006?
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
Harrison County down by 4. Bourbon with the basketball. The live YouTube broadcast of this game is proudly brought to you by Kentucky Farm Bureau and Farm Credit Mid-America. Visit youtube.com/WCYN Sports to see all the streaming action. Jake Fowler, the man with the controls. Inbounds pass comes to Rice. Gets it back to Buchanan. Back to Rice on the near side of the midcourt circle. Rice takes a dribble, now gets it on the far side of the circle to Earlywine. Earlywine lobs the ball back on the wing to Rice. Rice lobs the ball inside to Wilson. Too tall, goes out of bounds, and give the ball back to Harrison County. So an unforced error, and the Thoroughbreds need to take advantage. Down by 4 with $1:39 left to go. Facing full court man pressure. Green gets the ball inbounds to Midden. They back off as Jack will bring the ball down the floor. He'll cross the timeline inside the center circle. Now a pass on the far wing in front of the stable to Green. Green goes to the basket. His shot going to be good. And he is fouled. And Blake Green with a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play as he draws his team back to within 2 at 44-42. Nice job that time. 1:27 left. Green, 3 for 4 from the line tonight. Free throw up and good. Harrison County back to within 1 at 44-43. In the front court with the basketball will come Earlywine. Earlywine guarded closely out there by Green. Gets the ball to Buchanan on the left side, now near the far hash mark to Perut. He'll get it back inside the center circle. Once again to Earlywine. Now back to Perut on the far side. Perut hands the ball off, and now we're going to have a push-off foul on Green. That'll be Blake's second personal foul. Neither team is anywhere close to bonus yet. It's been a well-played game for this early in the season in that respect. From the near sideline, just in front of us, Buchanan will try to get the ball in bounds. Buchanan lobs the ball in the backcourt to Rice. Rice back to Earlywine. Earlywine crosses the timeline on the far side of the midcourt circle. Now goes to the far hash. Almost lost the ball before giving it to Buchanan. Buchanan to Perut. Perut back in the hands once again of Earlywine. Under a minute left to go. Bourbon up by 1 with the basketball. Perut lobs the ball in the corner to Buchanan, who fakes the 3. Now gets it back to the hash mark once again to Perut. And now Perut is going to be fouled by Midden. That'll be 3 on Jack. Score remains 44 for Bourbon, 43 for Harrison. 35 seconds left to go. From the far sideline, Buchanan lobs the ball to Earlywine, and Earlywine is going to be fouled by Green, and that'll be Blake's third. Just a common foul with 34.5 seconds left. And now we're going to have a timeout called by Harrison County, a chess match. 34.5 seconds left to go. Your score, Bourbon County 44. Wait a minute, just a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Sorry about that. Well, for the first game of the season, this game has got a little drama to it. And we're not even over yet. 34 seconds. Harrison County down by 1. We've had 6 ties and 5 lead changes in this ball game. Turnovers have been an issue for Harrison as they've turned the ball over 20 times. Bourbon County just 11. But Nash Wilson, the big man underneath, 15 points. He only has a couple of rebounds, but we've allowed him to get too close to the basket too many times. Out of the timeout, Buchanan will inbounds the ball from his own baseline. Buchanan looking, gets it in the corner to Rice. Rice back in between the circles. He'll find Earlywine. Earlywine waiting for the defense to come and get him. And now the ball is passed to Perut, and Perut is going to be fouled by Kenny. That'll be 4 on Landon. So going to the line. Oh, I was looking at the wrong thing on the scoreboard. Perut going to the line where he is 4 for 5. 26 seconds left. His first free throw's no good. Harrison down by still just 1. Back in the game, Craycraft returns for the Thoroughbreds. Second free throw upcoming for Perut. Perut eyes the bucket. His free throw's good. 2-point lead for the Colonels. 45-43. And now a timeout called by Harrison County. And it'll be a full timeout, so we'll take it as well. 26 seconds left to go. Your score, Bourbon County 45, Harrison 43. You're listening to Thoroughbred Basketball on WCYN Sports.
Man's
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars. I believe in always finding a way to do what you love. I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Left on the clock. Harrison County trails 45-43. Each team has one timeout left, and the possession arrow faces Bourbon County. Full court pressure being applied by Bourbon as Green will try to get the ball in bounds. Green runs the baseline, now gets it in bounds to Craycraft. Craycraft walks the ball up the floor, now jogs it into the front court on the far sideline, guarded closely by Buchanan. Craycraft calls out the play, 17 seconds on the clock. Craycraft picks up the dribble, gets the ball to the foul line to Kenny. Kenny looking for help with 9 seconds left. Hurry up, boys. And now timeout call by Coach Case. We'll take it as well. 6 seconds left, your score. Bourbon 45, Harrison 43. You're listening to Thoroughbred Basketball on WCYN Sports.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Bourbon County leads 45-43. Harrison has the ball. He'll be inbounded from the sideline just in front of our broadcast position at midcourt. Inbounding the ball will be Midden. A 2 to tie and a 3 to win. Here we go. Midden will inbounds the ball. Looking, gets it to Green, and Green will have the ball knocked out of his hands and out of bounds by Perut. Half a second went off the clock. Now in front of his own bench, Midden will inbounds the ball. Come on, Jack. Midden gets it from the official, lobs it inside to Green. Green to the basket. Shot no good, but a foul is going to be called with 5 seconds left on Bourbon. It's going to be called on Perut, and that'll be Perut's fourth. So going to the line will be Green, who is 3, 4, 5 for 6. 5 for 6. 2-shot foul. First is on the way and bounces off. Second free throw upcoming as Shane Bowling checks back in for Bourbon. Timeout called by the Colonels. We'll keep it right here so we don't miss anything. But now the Breds, with 5 seconds left, down by 2, will either have to trust the defense on an inbounds pass steal or make up one of those funky plays that you see sometimes when a team is down, as we are, by 2 and 1 free throw left to go, to make it clang hard off of the back of the iron and hopefully get into the hands of a thoroughbred. So we shall see for sure in not too awful long. 14 points on the night for Green. He's played well. Meanwhile, Bourbon County, paced by Nash Wilson, one of 3 players in double figures. He has 15. Noah Earlywine, 11. Mark Perut, 13. Landon Kinney, 8 points, but only 1 here in the second half. All right, timeout over. Now we'll get back to basketball. With 5 seconds left and Green at the line for the second of his 2 free throws. Now here we go. Free throw up and off the front of the rim, no good. Wilson brings down the rebound, and that may just about do it for the Breds. Landon Kinney still down. Came down awkwardly. .9 seconds on the clock, and the Breds did as we thought that they might, as Green's free throw was well short on purpose of the rim, and when the ball came clanging back, it more clanged down than out, and Wilson used that wide body to get him a rebound. Surprisingly, Wilson just 3 rebounds tonight. Breds still watching to see how Landon Kinney is going. And now he'll be helped back to the bench by a couple of his teammates. Jeff Kinney also in there to help out. Of course, Jeff, his father. 45-43, the Breds will have to either get the inbounds pass on a steal or foul immediately. Now Kinney being carried off of the floor and on to the trainer's table in the end zone. Have him checked out. My, oh my, exciting game. Wilson at the line. He is 1 for 2 in tonight's action. So Wilson, the senior, stands in for 2 free throws. Coach Martin telling his guys, play close but don't foul. First free throw is on the way and good. Nothing but net. Makes it 46-43. If he makes this one, it'll be the game winner. And he does. 17 points for him, 47-43. Here's a 3 from the corner off the side of the backboard by Craycraft. And the Bourbon County Colonels have come away with a hard-fought 47-43 victory over Harrison County here in the first game of the season. A couple of big free throws down the stretch by Wilson. None more so than those last 2 with 3 seconds left. And by making 2, made it a 2-possession game. We just ran out of time. We invite you to join us for our post-game show. Go over all the scoring and stats, have a chat with Coach Case. We'll also name our Judy Construction Company Player of the Game. All that coming up after this timeout. But once again, your final score from here on the hilltop in the first game of the season. Bourbon County 47, Harrison County 43. You've been listening to Thoroughbred Basketball on WCYN Sports.
Feed your farm.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
As many loading docks. To stay up to date,
I'm all over the state to find the building materials.
then it worse than and out. Orthopedic care.
Phillies, WYN, 1400 AM and 101.3 FM.
The Hilltop, Harrison County loses by a final score of 47-43 in a game that featured 6 ties and 5 lead changes. But in the end, Nash Wilson just a big load underneath, 17 points to lead everyone in this game. Blake Green played exceptionally well, scoring 14 of his 15 points in the second half. But the Breds just could not get away from those 20 turnovers they committed, and plus the rebounding edge, 20 turnovers. I know. Talked to Coach Frazier. But taking a look at the individual scoring, first for Bourbon County, who is now 1-0 on the season. They placed 3 players in double figures, led by Wilson, 17. Mark Perut had 13 points on the night and 11 points for Noah Earlywine. Also scoring 4 points for Quentin Rice, a couple of points for Malachi Buchanan, and off the bench, only a couple of players come off the bench tonight for them, those being Aiden Casey and Shane Bowling, each of whom did not score in tonight's game. Meanwhile, Harrison County, paced by Blake Green's 15 points, also scoring for the Breds, 8 points for Landon Kinney, 7 points for Sawyer Craycraft, 6 points for Donovan Walker, a couple of points each as well for Ja'Cory Hinton, Aaron Jackson, as well as Lawson Hunt, and a single point was scored by Jack Midden. Everybody who got into the game scored tonight for Harrison County. That's the way the individual numbers stack up. We'll take a break, come back, and look at the team stats as well as chat with Coach Case right after this. You've been listening to Thoroughbred Basketball on WCYN Sports.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Blocks, and attractants are designed to help deer at all 6 Hinton Mills locations.
Sorrow Home Medical.
What you deserve.
Retirement savings. About what's next.
To date with Bluegrass Stockyards. Bluegrass Stockyards, Lexington's cattle sale.
Alrighty, back here at the old time. Calls to Bourbon County 47-43, joined now by Coach Andrew Case. And Coach, at the beginning of the game, we were rocking right along, got an 8-point lead, denying Nash Wilson the ball. What changed?
Just hit a little dry spell there and couldn't put the ball in the hole, and they changed a little bit of their offensive philosophy and try to put a little more emphasis on feeding the big fella. But just came up a little short. When I thought early on we struggled with the physicality of a Harrison County Bourbon County game, and just too many unforced turnovers where they just knocked the ball out of our hands in the first half. But to our guys' credit, we challenged them at halftime, and it was a little better as far as them just taking the ball from us in the second half. And I want to credit Blake Green. I challenged him big time at halftime, and he came out and responded with some points for us. But overall, pleased. You hold a team to 47. Yeah. You should win a ball game. We just didn't put the ball in the hole enough tonight. So we'll reevaluate and watch it and figure out what we can do better offensively. But this bunch goes in spurts where they don't score the ball very well. Right. And we're going to continue to work to figure out how to stop that from happening.
I thought that really everybody who played tonight or got in the game, but did pretty well for the first game of the season. I didn't see anything out there where I'm thinking, oh my gosh, we're going to have to deal with this all year. I like this team, and I like the rotation you've got put into place.
We've got some guys that are fighting, and that's all you can ask for. Now I need a few more guys to join the fight.
Right.
I just challenged my sophomores who did not get in the game tonight that they saw tonight's bloodbath and how physical and intense the varsity game is going to be, and now I need that every day from 3:30 to 5:30 or 5:30 to 7:30, because there's going to be nights where somebody goes down, we're going to need them, and some of them are talented enough where they can help now. They just got to come to war. So that's been the thing we're stressing. We know we've got, guys like Lawson Hunt and Donovan and Jack Midden and Sawyer that are going to come to war every night. Now we need a few more guys to come with them. A few more guys to come with them. And speaking of Lawson Hunt, he was an animal out there tonight. I'm so proud of that kid. And he's a kid that debated on whether or not he wanted to play basketball again this year, because he's had a very promising track season ahead of him. And, he came back to battle for us, and he was an animal tonight, defensively and offensively.
I thought Aaron played well also. He didn't play as well as Lawson did, but I thought that he came in and kind of gave you a little bit of a spark.
He does, and Aaron can really shoot the basketball. He's limited in his movement. He has one leg that bothers him, and you can really tell when the way he's moving, but Aaron's one of our best, contributors in practice. He knows every set that we're running, no matter every position. He knows every set the other team's going to run. He's a coach's dream. We'll find ways to get, him and Trip more minutes because they can shoot the basketball.
Sure.
But we got to. The games will dictate that a lot. Our opponent's style of play will dictate that a lot, and those guys can continue to find ways to carve out some roles for them. But overall, proud of the effort. Just wish we could have put the ball in the hole.
Yeah. One other thing that we've got to do better, obviously, 3-point shooting tonight, 2 out of 14, and that's even though we did hold Bourbon to 47 points. You don't want to go 2 for 14 every night out from 3.
Yeah, you make 2 more of those, you win the ball game.
Yeah.
And then I thought the first half especially, we were doing a good job of penetrating, and then once we drew the defenders, we did not do the best job of kicking it out. Now, to our drivers' credits, our people that were kicking it out to were not moving. They were standing still. There was nowhere to kick it out. So it's a little bit of both, going both ways. And, we'll watch it and break it down and go there. And I'm looking at Bourbon County's numbers. One of our goals was to hold no early line under 12, and we did that. So that just adds a little salt to the wound right there. But their big fella had a big night. So we'll keep trying to find ways to stop teams that have big fellas and keep working at it.
And I'd say that will be an issue that will follow you all the way through because, our guys fought really hard inside, but we're just not very big.
Correct. It's one of the things that we're going to struggle with, but we will try to find ways to be creative and fight around that. And it's going to come down to, guys just accepting the challenge that I'm not backing down no matter how big I am. And most of our guys did that tonight. There was a little stretch in the third quarter where, he got whatever he wanted too easy. So we'll watch it and, see maybe what we were doing wrong and go from there.
Yeah, a lot of times it's not what happens outside before the pass. It's what happens before the pass is thrown.
Well, you allow.
And keep him off the block. That was what was happening. We were allowing him to get to the block.
Right. Yeah. So the war starts at the foul line with those guys. Anytime there's a big guy, the war starts early. It doesn't start when he catches the ball. It's over then. The war's over then. So we got to start battling sooner, and we'll get better at it. It's game 1.
Got Frankfurt coming in on Thursday. You know anything much about the Panthers?
I know they had a late coaching change. I know they had a good season last year under Coach McKinney, but their roster is very similar to ours from, what I can remember from last year watching them and scouting a time or two. So they played a lot of close games last year and won. They got on a little run, kind of like we did at the end of the year. Theirs was more early on in the year, their run was. But they're a school that we should be able to compete with. So we're going to come in here, and hopefully everybody saw that we're going to fight and play hard and come back and watch us Thursday night, weather permitting.
Right. I think that anybody that watches the film will know, oh, gosh, when we go to Harrison County, it's in for a war, so get ready.
That's what we're hoping for every night.
All right. Thanks a lot, Coach. We'll talk to you on Thursday.
Thank you.
Head Thoroughbred basketball coach Andrew Case after the Thoroughbreds fall 47-43 to, I think it's going to be a pretty decent Bourbon County squad. It's just that they're in the wrong district because Clark County isn't a monster. But in any case, taking a look at the final numbers for you, team-wise, we've already gone over the individual scoring. But individually, Harrison County hit 16 out of 41 shots. That's 39%. As we mentioned with Coach Case, 2 for 14 from beyond the arc. Meanwhile, Bourbon County shot worse than we did, 18 for 49. That's 36.7%. They attempted 17 from beyond the arc and made just 2 themselves. Free throws fairly even. Harrison 8 for 13. That's 61.6%. While the Colonels were 9 out of 15. That's 60%. We talked about turnovers. Harrison County committed 20 turnovers. Most disappointing was those 10 in the second quarter when the Colonels were able to come back on us. And Bourbon County, and Coach Martin's going to be pleased with this, only 11 turnovers tonight. And they went through a long stretch in the third quarter without committing any at all. And the rebounding battle. We talked a little bit about that. We really crashed the boards and took it to Bourbon County. Harrison County out-rebounds the Colonels 32-18 on the night. Bourbon County, forgot to count it up, but had just 1 offensive rebound and 17 defensive rebounds. Harrison County, meanwhile, did pretty well on the offensive glass, which is something else I should have mentioned with Coach Case. We'll mention it again sometime. But anyway, 5 offensive and 27 defensive rebounds, so Harrison County wins that battle, but the real battle on the scoreboard won by Bourbon County 47-43. Want to remind everyone that the Phillies will be back in action tomorrow, or actually not back in action, but in action for the first time tomorrow as they'll host Lafayette. 6 o'clock is your JV game time, 7:30 for the varsity. Come on up and support your Phillies tomorrow night. And then, as we said, on Thursday, the Breds will return to the Hilltop to take on Frankfort at a 6 o'clock JV, 7:30 varsity doubleheader. So coming up, and lots of opportunities for you to support the Thoroughbreds this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. No, taking that back. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. All kinds of basketball this week on the Hilltop. I want to thank my engineer back at the station, Ed Lewis, who does a great job always. Jake Fowler doing the streaming tonight for the YouTube. I want to thank him for putting in that work as well. And as always, I want to thank all of our sponsors, because without their help, oh, wait a minute, I forgot to name our Judy Construction Company player of the game. We'll give it to Blake Green. Blake with 15 points tonight to lead the team. So congratulations, Blake Green, our Judy Construction Company player of the game. So once again, thank our sponsors. And as always, thank you all for listening. And hopefully tomorrow we can get a victory for the Phillies when they take on Lafayette, and Harrison County a win when they take on Frankfort here on the Hilltop on Thursday. So with that, good evening, everyone.